Hey guys, I'm Tutorial Phil. Welcome back to my channel. I have a product review for you today. So I was sent a pair of shoes by Beckett Simonon, and it's a brand that I've actually seen a couple of years back, and I'm pretty interested in their story. They focus a lot on craftsmanship as well as good working conditions. They craft products in smaller batches to prevent overstock and backstock. And at the end of this video, I'll try it on for you guys so you guys can see how it looks like on as well. So it comes with a booklet, and I think it explains the shoe, their brand, and the process in terms of making it. So you can see the craftsman making the shoes, and also they talk about how you can care for it. There's also kind of a spec sheet on the back of the cover as well, which is pretty cool. This reminds me of the stickers that they put on trunks to tell you who made them, when it was made, like in Goyard. I think these are extra insoles that it comes with, or optional ones. So each pair of shoes, it comes with 2 dust bags, 1 for each side, which is a really nice touch. The pair that I got, they're called the Valencia Wholecuts, and this is actually a style that's pretty popular with Berluti, except those shoes, I believe they're almost $2,000, so definitely quite a bit more expensive. So for the term hole cuts, what sets this apart from different shoes or different styles of dress shoes is that the top is made out of one single piece of leather. You can see there's no extra stitching in here that you would normally see with like a pair of brogue shoes. It's one single pair, and then obviously at the back they have to seam it together. So if you were to undo this, you would have one single flat piece of leather. But I mean, it's been formed so that it fits the shoe mold. And they use Blake stitching, which they say on the bottom too. This allows you to replace the soles if you bring it to a cobbler. These days, it's not that common to find cobblers because people just tend to buy new shoes as opposed to getting them fixed and repair. It's kind of too bad, but in today's society and culture, we tend to just buy new things as opposed to repairing things that we've been using for a while. So this sizing is US sizing, so I'm a US 7, which is a Euro 40 or a UK 6. And the heel part is rubber, which is going to help you absorb some impact when you walk on these to enhance comfort. A lot of dress shoes nowadays will at least have part of this in rubber. For this one, the entire heel is rubber. And then here is all leather sole, which like I was saying can be replaced. So it's handcrafted in small batches under ethical and fair working conditions. So far as I'm feeling the leather and the quality of the shoe, it's pretty good. The grain is very consistent. And on the right pair of the shoes, in the back of the tongue, it tells you what the materials are. The outer is leather, the inner is leather, and the sole is leather as well. And then on the bottom, you can make that out, it says made in Colombia. So this already has a leather sole inside, but it came with extra ones. So I'm assuming these can either be added for extra padding, or you could even replace them. So next, I have a pair of Christian Louboutins. When I'm comparing the leather and the construction, it's actually really similar. I have worn this a couple times, so the color, it's not nearly as faded as the Haan, but this one is a little darker right now than this one. But the leather feels pretty similar. This one, the Christian Louboutin's a bit sturdier, and this one's a little bit more supple when I feel it. The Christian Louboutin is extremely consistent throughout. And I'd say pretty much the same thing for the Beckett pair as well. In terms of like the construction of the heel, they're both pretty sturdy. I mean, definitely when you put this one side by side with the Haan, this one is way superior. But this one is made in Italy, But this one, I believe it was $800 or $900, so it's like over 4 times the price of this one. Of course, you do have embellishments like the spikes, and you have the red sole. And because you have the red sole, you definitely don't have the Blake stitching here. The insole though, there's definitely more attention in the Christian Louboutin as opposed to the Beckett Simonon pair. So in terms of quality, they're really not too far off. But of course, this one has extra embellishments and the sole that are a factor in the price. And of course, marketing. The last pair that I wanted to show is actually one of my oldest, you could say, luxury dress shoe. It's actually from Bally or Bally. Bally, it's a Swiss brand. They definitely so far, I think their quality is even better than Christian Louboutin and even better than Louis Vuitton. The leather is really thick. It's very smooth. The fabrication is very consistent throughout. And this one I've had for, I think, 5 years. And it's still in pretty good shape. I never brought it to a cobbler to repair or anything like that. So the leather is still in really good condition, and it's very thick, yet it has a very soft texture. It's a consistent texture. The stitching is really consistent. So when you compare these two, I do think the Bally is, I would say, visibly better, especially if you were to compare 2 new pairs of shoes side by side. But that's not to say that the Beckett pair doesn't hold its own. It is a still very nice pair and well-made pair of shoes. But I don't think it's up to the caliber of the Bally, because their brand is really known for making shoes. And then they also have a little metal logo on the heel, which I think is a really nice touch. Louis Vuitton does this as well. And this one on the bottom, it probably is Blake stitching, I'm not 100% sure, but you can see the stitches on the bottom. They also have their emblem in the rubber part of the heel, but it's just part of it. It's not the full heel. So there you can kind of compare both the bottom. And there's even some decorations beyond the stitching on the Bally pair as well. I think this pair was around $600 or $700, so not as expensive as the Christian Louboutin because it doesn't have the spikes or the lacquered sole. However, it is an extremely well-made pair of shoes. And then next, I'm gonna just quickly show you what it looks like on. And that's my video. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Have you had any experience with this brand? If I have any updates on this pair of shoes, because I think I am gonna actually start wearing it, and I'll see how it holds together as I wear it out, what's gonna happen to the sole. I'll post updates on Instagram. I probably won't make a follow-up video on YouTube, but I will show them on Instagram. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me there too about these shoes. If you'd like to see more videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel. You'll get the latest updates. And also check me out on Instagram. I have different content there, and sometimes you can get previews of what I'm going to be showing in my YouTube channel. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.